A pleasant good afternoon to all. Thank you for joining us on our 65th NEOC Daily Report. And again, I want to start with my theme. We want to be first to be last, and the last to be first. One of the things that I have enjoyed, John James, is that when I put up the slides, Miss Jacobs don't do no sign language. So we need to find a way to get our back up and running. Okay? Very important. Let's take a look at the updates for today in terms of the 311-911. And we see the significant reduction in engagements via telephone to our emergency systems. Next slide, please. The task force continues its work with visiting a total of 32 businesses and engaging one passenger bus today. And the percentages as displayed shows a high degree of compliance by these businesses and the transportation sector. The particulars that are outlined that should be followed demonstrates the compliance by everyone that was visited today. I think it's commendable. Right. Personal hygiene, that's very good. And as the appeal was made by Dr. Laws, I hope that we can continue these good practices as being demonstrated by the data presented before you. Interestingly, I think our borders are being monitored very well. I am pleased with the general population in the way they are demonstrating their vigilance and surveillance of our borders. I say that because I received over 100 telephone calls on the arrival of Liat into St. Kitts this morning. What you would have seen this morning, and it's on your screen, is a repatriation flight that the United Kingdom's High Commission in Barbados the British High Commission in Barbados would have requested via the Foreign Affairs Office for Ministry, under the Ministry of, via the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on St. Kitts and Nevis. And this was, as you can see on the screen, this was a request that was made to the Permanent Secretary, Ms. K. Bass, for the repatriation of British nationals from St. Kitts and other parts of the Caribbean to the UK. And this was facilitated as these were departures. The flight this morning would have come from the Beef Island, Tortola, and to St. Kitts, and then would have proceeded to the other Caribbean islands, Barbados, Antigua, etc. And there the figures shows the flight plan of repatriation or picking up of UK nationals from the various countries. And you see that St. Kitts, a total of 11, well, number of passengers that were collected from St. Kitts, was 11. So only 11 passengers got on. No one, absolutely no one got off the flight. So I wish to share that information with you so that persons can see exactly what occurred with the Liat flight this morning. I was also informed that there was a repatriation of a cadaver. I hope I'm using the word correctly, because this cadaver was supposed to leave on that particular flight, but he was unable to do so. Hence, I am informed that Liat's supposed to return to collect the same cadaver and take it to its destination. We are also waiting tonight the arrival of the RSS plane, that's the Regional Security System plane, and that plane will be bringing to us the observers for the general election. Again, let me repeat, the observers for the general election will be arriving on the RSS plane this evening at 6 p.m., or what we say in military time, 1800 hours. Let's take a look at the hurricane preparedness tip for today. Today we're going to take a look at hurricane or tropical storm warnings. And these will be issued in several categories. When you hear someone say we are under an alert, the alert means that we should be receiving hurricane or tropical storm conditions within 72 hours. That's what the alert. So when you hear that we have an alert, a tropical storm alert, it means that within 72 hours, we should start receiving tropical storm conditions. When it's upgraded, then it goes to a watch. A watch means that we will be experiencing these tropical storm-like conditions within 48 hours. So we move from 72 to 48, and then when we have a hurricane warning or tropical storm warning, it means that we are more than likely to experience tropical storm-like conditions within 24 hours. So we go alert, 72 hours, watch, 48 hours, warning, 24 hours. So that's very important for you to know. And most importantly, before we go out there to see if we have high waves or if we get sand on the road, please wait for the all clear. What does the all clear means? It means that the security forces and the relevant agencies, such as NEMA and others, are satisfied that you can traverse the byways, walkways, roadways, and it's safe for you to do so. So please be guided by this information. Today is a very special day. Again, it's our 65th report in the NEOC Daily Report. However, I must inform you that we are going to be suspending the program until suspending it until next week, Wednesday. This is to enable the accommodation of the election campaign and activities that are happening, and ZIZ is in high demand, and we need to make this space available for them to be able to carry out and facilitate these functions. I want to take this opportunity in particular to appeal to the general public to do your best in ensuring that the gains that you have made through your own sacrifices, the sacrifices of our health professionals, frontline workers, and ordinary civil servants like Ms. Vesta Southwell, Ms. Ophelia Blanchard, who has been here from day 3 to our 65th episode. I want to thank Dr. Laws, who has grown to be like a big sister, puts me to sleep in the night in conversations, wakes me up at times in the mornings. Dr. Cameron Wilkinson, who has been a champion of information sharing and guidance. I want to thank Mr. Leslie Williams also for the wonderful job that he does with patience and grace. I want to thank Ms. Jacob for all that she has been doing, being here every day. Listen, Ms. Jacobs endures. I thought I was the real Energizer Bunny, but Ms. Jacob is the real Energizer Bunny because she has not missed one day unless, all operations are ceased. So thank you, Ms. Jacob, for the wonderful job that you do. Also, want to thank Mr. John James. I don't know how he does it, but keep on ticking, my buddy. You have done a great job in keeping the nation informed by providing the services. I want to thank my other colleagues within the task force who have provided a strong source of support in ensuring that we carry out our duties professionally. I also must acknowledge the Minister of State, Honorable Wendy Phipps. This is the first time I have worked with her to this extent, and we have built a strong relationship. I also have to acknowledge a man who I have seen basically charm and has won the confidence, respect, and support of the general public, and that is Superintendent Henry. I do hope that in the near future that title is going to change, and we are praying it into existence. Superintendent Henry, thank you for the job you are doing in the security sphere. I also want to acknowledge here Mr. Kennedy De Silva. Trust me, I have not seen a public servant of his level exercise such humility and humbleness that even if I call him within 5 minutes, he'll be here in 6. That's the nature of Mr. De Silva. I also want to acknowledge Ms. Hughes, Marceline Hughes, who has been working tirelessly to support the operations, and also Ms. Kebas, who has been here doing her best. We must acknowledge also the NEOC members. They have been doing their part as well, even though we have reduced operations to an extent. I also wish to acknowledge some of our stakeholders who have worked with us closely, such as the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Ms. Giselle Matthews. I think I'm informed that she's the first female president. I think that was wonderful. And also, I want to acknowledge the Christian Council and the Evangelical Associations. They have done an excellent job. So, to all of those who have supported the operation, who have made a contribution, all those donors, our ordinary citizens, corporate citizens, we thank you, and we want to make sure that we will continue this work next week. I hope going forward that we can exercise civility during the weekend, that's on Friday, and we wish all the best to everyone in such an exercise. So I therefore now turn it over to Mr. Williams for any particular question. So thank you for supporting us, and all the best.